So I basically try to make every decision in a way that I know that at the time, this is the best decision. So even if there's something that in my past I'm like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that way, or I wish I hadn't taken that opportunity, which I didn't know was going to turn out this way, you can only do your best in the moment. And if you're always down on yourself for the past, you're not really living for your present or your future. So, wow, that sounds like a t-shirt. Write that down and sell a t-shirt, guy. You can make a t-shirt, make it. I'll sign your boobs. Anyway.
First off, I want to say welcome to Ottawa.
Thanks, I recognize you from yesterday. Did you take your mustache off when you slept?
Yes, I did. And
thank you.
I repositioned it, so now I can't stop smiling.
Oh, good.
So my question is, I want to know if there are any unused plot elements from the guild that you would mind speaking about?
Any what?
Unused plot elements?
Oh, unused plot elements. That's really interesting. Let's see. I mean, I had a lot of different elements there are a lot of ideas that I wanted to use over the years. I guess I wanted to cast Nathan Fillion as Blades' dad. And that was I just felt like that would have been a good pairing. Unfortunately, I found such a funny part from him in season 5 when he came in and kind of played a pseudo Fillion that I kind of used that up. Other things, I kind of wanted, at one point I wanted Clara and Vork to pretend to be Blades' dad to get him out of trouble at school. I thought that would have been funny to see them try to pretend to be a couple. You know, there's always, the great thing about these characters is you can literally think of any scenario and put them in it and they have a super fun time. I mean, I would have loved to see them play D&D together face to face. Like that would have been a disaster. Terrible. I mean, Vork as a GM, terrible. Everybody would die turn 1. And you'd be like, well, forget it. Anyway, so, you know, hopefully, even though the web series has kind of come to a close, I'm, you know, excited to explore the characters in a different world, and that's, I mean, a different manner, and that's what I'm kind of exploring right now. So, who knows? If everybody read the comics, if you guys like those. Thank you. So, we'll see what happens from here. Thank you, though.
Great, thank you.
Is there like a sitting cue?
Yes. Full line.
Is it like musical chairs? Should we play a song? As you guys scoot down? Okay.
My question is, do you prefer working on like YouTube videos or actual TV shows?
Do I prefer to work on YouTube videos or TV shows? Well, they're two different things. On TV, you get paid a lot of money. Not a lot. I mean, it's not a lot, but you do get paid up front, which is always nice. I don't have to write the checks. It's nice to be kind of in a situation where other people are taking care of you and you're doing just one thing right. Well, not right, but you're only doing one thing. My job is to show up and be the best actor that I can be, versus like when I'm doing all the web video stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, the craft service is late. We gotta order tacos. Oh no, where's this camera? Let's go find a replacement camera. One of the guests didn't show up. I gotta comb my hair and be on camera. So it's fun to do all those different hats, and I would get bored, I think, just acting, but being able to kind of go on vacation and work with some of the most amazing people I get to work with all the time on TV. It's almost like a vacation, because I can really concentrate and be the best that I can be at one job versus kind of like being, 75% at all the jobs at the same time. The cool thing about the YouTube stuff is that I can just pick up a camera and make anything. Or if I meet a person at a convention or something, I can be like, hey, we should make a show together, or come on and be a guest on the show. Or there's a kind of spontaneity and creativity that we don't have to ever be in a box or like pass it through somebody else's approval before we could just make something and share it with you guys. And that's kind of why I do what I do. On Geek and Sundry, we're always looking at the shows we're doing, and I'm like, are people liking this? Nah, let's not do this again. Let's do this again instead. Or, hey, I met this girl, at an audition, and she seemed like really cute. She said she had a project. Let's bring her in to see if we can make her project happen. So that's the kind of stuff that's really fun for me to do. And then, like I said, it's like vacation when I get to go where they have a big trailer, and I get to, eat all the craft service I want. So it's all good. And act with really awesome people. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Bye. Mewtwo.
Hello.
Hey.
Some filmmakers, like 20 years after, when they release special editions, they get to go back and add stuff. Maybe they didn't have the budget or the technology to do originally. If you had to do that with the Guild, would there be any changes that you would make?
Would there be any changes I would go back and make to the Guild?
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to, I don't know. Like I said, if you look at the seasons, like season 1 clearly was done on non-HD cameras, and they were done for like with 3 people in the room with no money at all, and we're just cobbling stuff together in the back. I mean, hey, I mean, if you guys know Tink's bedroom, there's a pink piece of art in the background behind her head with like some, very kind of black drawing on it. That is a piece of wrapping paper that I bought for a $1.99, and I Sharpied some shapes on it myself. Because I was like, she's kind of, I want this room to be more girly. So that's literally what the guild was created as. So when I look back, I'm like, yeah, it could have been edited a little tighter. We could have had a better camera. Some of the actors, like Vince was like so young. So it's like, I could have told that character to be a little bit more like this. But over the seasons, we kind of got into the groove, and I kind of love that part, that you guys got to have that journey with us over the seasons, and kind of see our warts in a way, and see how we tried every season, not through like getting, tons of people behind us, but just like us all growing together to make it as good as possible on the resources we had. So, there were a couple of regrettable wardrobe choices that I had, including like some fuzzy slippers that I don't, I was embarrassed that I ever wore those. I should auction those off. For charity. Anyway, so yeah, I guess my answer is that. Bye. I'm not going to do that every time. I'm going to stop. I promise. Maybe not.
Hi.
Hi.
I go to an art school here in Ottawa, and I was just wondering, since I'm in acting, if it's like worth it to continue acting?
I don't know if I can decide your whole career. Oh God, that's a lot of responsibility. I would say, if you were never famous, never made a living off acting, would you still want to be an actor? Would you still have to act?
I guess so, yeah.
You guess, yeah?
Well, like I guess I want to do like stage productions and like TV and like YouTube stuff.
Well, do you know a lot? Have you worked on a TV show yet?
No.
So you don't know if you want to be on TV or not?
I guess not.
So what I would do, educate yourself. So look around, like even in Ottawa, I'm sure there are a bunch of filmmakers here making either web video or TV. I mean, the cool thing about web video is that everybody around the world is making it. And you can always find other people who are doing it and help them out, because they always need help. There's never enough people to go around. So what I would do is I would find a group of people in your city and say, hey, let me volunteer, I'll do anything. I will be a PA, I will cook sandwiches for you, I will hold a camera and a mic, and then you'll learn all the different roles in filmmaking, because it's not just about acting, it's about sound, it's about directing, it's about camera, and watch other people work, and then eventually, hopefully tell them, hey, I want to be an actor, let me act a little bit, and see how you like it, because it's definitely not like theater to act. Acting is kind of just one part of filmmaking. And then I would just try to be as get as good as you can, and watch other people work, and get as much experience as you can all the time. I'm not going to make any decisions for you, please don't put that burden on me. But if you love it, if you think you love it, and you can't live without it, follow it with all your heart. At least until you want to move on.
I also want to say that you're my role model.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Did I just ruin her life? I'm very scared now. A lot of responsibility. What's going on? You're so tall, sir.
I know, sorry.
Come on, man.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
My question is the following. Was there any moment in your life that you were actually really proud to be a gamer girl?
Well, I don't consider myself a gamer girl. I'm a gamer who's a girl. So that's just one thing. I just want to make a distinction, because I think that's become a label that I don't feel comfortable with. I am proud every day to be a gamer, because that's what I love doing. And I am proud to say it to anybody, no matter if they think that A, I don't look like a gamer, or B, they don't understand gamers. To me, the coolest thing is when you guys come up to me and say, hey, I got into gaming because of your show, or I'm proud to say I'm a gamer when I didn't do it before. That's kind of like, that makes me proud every day. So I guess the Guild, in a way, every day embodies that. And I only created the Guild because I didn't feel like I ever fit in anywhere, and I didn't like the way that gamers were portrayed by people, in the regular world, because they didn't see gamers the way I saw gamers. And that's the most gratifying thing for me. It's because gamers are everybody. I mean, everybody is a gamer. And if you play on an iPhone, you can call yourself a gamer if that's something you love doing with your time. So I guess that's something I'm super proud of. So every day, every day I'm proud to be a gamer.
Thank you.
Oh, another tall person. Why didn't you keep the mic up? It's all right. Don't crouch. It's not attractive. Captain Hammer. Full. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Hi.
Hey.
Pleasure. It's amazing actually to have you here to see you closer, even closer, right here.
In there.
There we are. I'm a real big fan of comedy and comedians, and on the Guild, you work with, I think, a fantastic cast of comedians.
Thank you. They're awesome. They're really awesome.
My question is particular to one guy that I think is amazing, Jeff Lewis.
Yeah, he's funny.
Well, he's really funny, and I was hoping you could tell me a little bit about...
All right, correct me.
I was hoping you could tell me a little bit what it's like to collaborate with Jeff Lewis, because I know you worked on him not just in the film, but you also wrote a comic book with him, or you
I did. I co-wrote the comic book. And Jeff Lewis actually helped me quite a bit in seasons 4 and 6 with notes and some lines in the Guild. I actually gave him additional writing credit for season 6 because he did help me a lot because I was so busy with writing Geek and Sundry that he helped a lot with some really funny lines and really good notes, restructuring the episodes. So Jeff Lewis is probably one of the funniest guys I've ever met. I mean, he could complain about traffic and you think it's the funniest stand-up act you've ever seen in your life. I could listen to him read the phone book and go, 1A. I mean, I can't do a Jeff Lewis impression. Shut up. Shut up, everybody. No, don't. I mean, he's so bald. Anyway. No, he's the funniest guy I've ever met. And the cool thing is, starting in about a week and a half, he's going to be part of a new initiative on Geek and Sundry. We're doing a whole separate new channel, and we're very excited about him being a part of it. So you guys will learn more starting next week on our social media. So just follow Geek and Sundry. We'll be hinting at it. And then it all launches on the 20th. But yeah, he is like, and he's the kind of guy you like, why isn't he on TV every day? And that goes to show you that Hollywood is a great place, it's a business, and no matter how talented you are in Hollywood doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be on TV. And I think he deserves to be on TV every week. And one day, when I create a TV show, Jeff Lewis will be in it. So that's my goal. And he's so funny.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
I look forward to your show with Jeff Lewis.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. Yeah, it's really cool. He's so funny. What? Are we being played off? Oh, yes! This is the best, guys. I love all of you.
Hello.
Hey!
Hi. I'm a really big fan of your video. Now I'm cool. Now I'm known as cool.
I know it's cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious and it's great.
Thank
It's how
you.
I feel. And I know on Geek and Sundry you talk about how it's time for geeks to kind of reclaim our mantle, our geeky name. And I want to know if you have any thoughts on how we should go about doing that.
How we should reclaim the mantle?
Yeah.
Domination.
Well, yeah.
Domination. What does that mean? Does that mean... I can't hear. What? World domination. Oh, how do we continue our world domination? I think I did actually a really good video. I'm really good. I'm great, guys. I'm great. I did a video that I was actually afraid to upload, and then everybody really turned out for it. It was called State of the Sundry on Geek and Sundry. And thank you, 2 people. But instead of doing like a razzle-dazzle video, I wanted to upload a video where I was thinking about geekdom and how we are all together and how the commercialization of the word geek and nerd culture is not authentic to what I believe geeks and nerds really truly are. You know, it's very nice to be popular and have what we love drive the economy of Hollywood now. So with all the big budget movies and, you know, Comic-Con being such a sort of media festival for Hollywood now, and everybody reading comic books and Walking Dead, et cetera, it's great. But at the same time, the core of being a geek to me is the fact that we loved something that wasn't necessarily mainstream popular, and we were brave enough to keep loving it because we found each other around those subjects. And that's the summary of my video. Thank you very much. So, yeah. So, to me, always going back to what it really truly is about, it's not about the subjects we love or the things that we consume that are popular. It's about being an outsider together, in a way. And as long as we can do that and spread the love of the things we love in that organic way, then it's not going to be weird to be in a coffee shop and be playing a board game or be wearing a gamer shirt, you know, to your work or whatever, because it'll be something that people accept on every level. It's not about excluding other people, it's just being really authentic to who you are and not being caught up in the superficial of it. That was really long-winded. You should watch the video, it's much more succinct. Anyway, yeah, that's my solution.
Cool, thank you.
Bye. Or some music.
That's actually what I was asking.
Thank you. Okay, done.
Hi, Felicia.
Hello.
So I want to congratulate you on your courage for taking such a new approach to marketing sort of your brand image and self by providing so much free to access content and using this to have sort of launched yourself the way you have. My question, I guess, revolves around this idea. How did that really feel? Do you have any tips? And, you know, were you really scared launching the Guild, putting that much of your life into a project, not knowing if it was going to be worth a penny at the end of the day?
Wow. I mean, how did it feel? It just was work. It didn't feel anything except work that I felt justified in doing. I guess people say that you found your real true job if it doesn't feel like you're going to work, even though you work really hard at it. And I guess that's what the Guild and Geek and Sundry is now. I mean, I will forget to take care. I've gotten sick quite a lot in the last couple of years. Sure. No, don't play that video. No, because then I'm talking, but thank you. I shouldn't have said that because this was a secret message to me. There's a monitor here and they were asking me questions. I would like a green tea latte later though. So anyway, thank you. It doesn't really feel like work to me. So I will drive myself into the ground because I love what I'm doing so much. And for the Guild, I just kind of thought, it was never manipulative or anything. I have no qualifications other than I'm an actor and I can play violin. So I just showed up and I made something. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. You guys have to see it. And I just thought, well, how am I going to find somebody else who thinks like me who would like to watch my video? And that's how I think on every level, you know, in that way, a very organic way. It's probably not the most efficient way, but I'd rather do that and have it feel real to me and have a connection with everybody in a way versus like just sort of treating everybody as a mass. You know, I think that's what social media and online video has done for us. It gives us more of a sense of connection and authenticity that means more in the end of the day because you understand it versus like you're being preached to or trying to force to consume something. So, you know, no matter how hard I work, I feel like it's worth it. And you guys allow me to do it because you still watch it. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
What's on your shirt? What's your shirt?
Stephanie Tannen. How rude. Nice. My name is Lindsay. I think you're really cool.
Thanks.
I really wanted to talk about the tabletop stuff, and that really inspired me, and I've just been getting into it. My friends and I put on a big tabletop day.
Thank
we
you.
had, you know, the cast, the webcast in the background all day long. It was a lot of fun. So I just want to ask you what your favorite tabletop game is.
Okay, so if you guys didn't know this, I think last month, or March 20th, I believe, 30th, we had International Tabletop Day, and we encourage everybody around the world to participate in this game, it's just like Free Comic Book Day. Everybody gets together and celebrate their love of board games. We had 4,000 events that you guys did in 60 countries. We had scientists playing Catan in Antarctica even. So like it was an amazing day, and we're going to do it again next year, probably a little bit earlier in the year to, just make it bigger or better, because we want it to last beyond just our shows and last for everybody ongoing, just like Free Comic Book Day. So to me, I was never even a tabletop gamer. Like I never played, I played Monopoly and I played D&D. I had like a 3-year campaign that I played D&D for, but I never played, I had 2 characters actually. We played 3.5 and 4. In the first one I played a slutty sorcerer who's had like really high charisma and 0 intelligence. So she would like fireball everything and run to the front, even though she's really weak. And then I played Lyra, who was like a 16-year-old like Harry Potter know-it-all, and she had really high skills, so she'd always go, well, I know that language. Very annoying. I don't know which one was worse. Everyone hated both of them, so. But I never played board games, and so I would go to conventions, and my friend Will, would play board games at night in his room with his friends. I was like, what are you guys playing? And I saw that this was something that people really, really loved, but they didn't have a video around it. So, Will had the idea to do tabletop like it is. I said, hey, let's do D&D, and he was like, no, let's do tabletop games every week. And in doing all the rehearsals for the shows, I have gotten addicted to every single game over the years. So it's like so awesome, and I'm a producer, so I get to be like, hey, give me a copy of that, so I have all of them. It's a perk. And so I have to say that my favorite is Lords of Waterdeep. That's the one that I play on the weekends that I really, really love, because it hasn't actually been out on tabletop yet. I think it's in a couple weeks. That one is a resource management game that you get to, you have resources, but they're like mages and thieves and warriors, and you solve quests with them. So you basically accumulate those guys and then send them on quests. Super, super fun. I really loved The Resistance, even though I hated that game before. Yeah. Guys, business making made me devious. I never would have won. I was so bad at that, at the bluffing games. I didn't even want to play that game, and we had a guest drop out at the last minute, and I was like, damn it, I don't want to substitute in this game. I didn't want to play this game. It turned out to be the best game ever. It was on 2 weeks ago or whatever on Geek Center. You can watch it. So I like the card games, to be honest with you. Those are my favorite, like Munchkin. I hope all of you guys. Yeah. What did you guys play?
We played Dominion and Munchkin.
Dominion's fun.
I love Dominion, it's my favorite.
What was the other one?
We played Munchkin, we played Ticket to Ride, we played so many, again, the Carcassonne.
Yeah, I'm not quizzing you, I'm just interested. Dominion we can't play for some reason. The card games are a little harder to play on tabletop because it's a lot more graphics and it's less interactive, which is because I actually like the card games the best. I just recently got into Magic because they sent me a big pair of Magic. Magic is super fun, all right? I never played it before, and I was like, oh, it's almost too nerdy for me. And then I was like, no, it's not. It's exactly nerdy enough for me. What's the deal with the white deck, though? Those guys are douchebags. They're all like, bro, I got a sword. I'm all like, I'm an angel. I don't like those guys. I won't play with them. They're all like, just look at their poses. They're like this, and they look like you should be in a kegger. Anyway, I should move on. Thank you. Really long answer. Sorry, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
I was wondering, you've had such great success with Geek and Sundry, encouraging all of these offline activities. So the tabletop, International Tabletop Day that you talked about, and book clubs, meetups, all that sort of thing. Was that a goal that you had in mind when you started Geek and Sundry? And do you think that this is a new model for interactive media?
Yeah, that was absolutely a goal. Because I think that everything I've ever, the reason I'm right here is because of conventions like this. Because in the beginning, I was at Comic-Con handing out bookmarks and people were throwing them in the trash for the Guild because they didn't know what it was. And then the next year, people do Dr. Horrible and the Guild. And so, I was able to sell CDs and DVDs at the conventions. So, and every single person I've met face to face has become, that's a fan online who makes me happy to go and log on comments because I know that there are nice people out there versus like YouTube. All right, your boobs are stupid. So there's definitely that idea of taking everything offline and feeding it back into the channel. That is kind of an ulterior motive of mine. You know, the last year we had to change kind of some of the programming because the idea of it didn't spread big enough. Like Sword and Laser, we weren't able to bring back because even though it was my favorite show and I really loved the idea of that, it didn't tend to grow out of the niche, the smaller niche that it had. And unfortunately, as a business person, you have to be like, how can I serve more people? So, but to me, Geek and Sundry is all about face-to-face interactions and you know, having like the meetups and the big tabletop day. And at Comic-Con this year, we're gonna have a destination site again. And so if you guys are there in San Diego, come over and we'll all have a party together. Like, those are the things that take online away from that sort of stereotypical you're being antisocial and make it a social tool to just know your friends better. I mean, I keep up with my friends better online than I do in person because I see them constantly in my life versus like, you know, my grandma who's not online. I'm like, hell, I gotta call her. I don't know what she's doing. I need to call her. Damn it. I'm sorry, it's Mother's Day tomorrow. I sent my mom a gift basket. Yes. Anyway, so that is an ulterior motive for Geek and Sundry. And, you know, as we're doing shorter runs of shows this year, so we're going to be like, oh, that show doesn't serve what we wanted to do. We're going to try something different. So whenever you guys have a suggestion for programming or a personality you want to see on the program, send it to the Geek and Sundry Twitter because we have people literally taking down your suggestions all the time to see if there's something there we can add to the channel. Because I really want it not to be this sort of, I'm feeding you content. I want it to be, hey, interactive. I don't really love that show, but I love this personality. Oh, you know, there's not a show about macrame. Please don't say macrame. That's not going to be a big fan base for macrame. Is there? Not a macrame? No, not at all. That guy right there, yeah. Macrameforall.com. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, this side of the room. What's up? Yeah, left side of the room. How's the back of my head? It's good, isn't it? Not really. I'm sorry. I don't do the back of my head very well. The front's good.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much. No, I'm so excited to finally meet you. I'm so happy that
You seem excited.
Very.
Yeah.
My name's John Seed. I'm actually a local indie filmmaker. I've got 2 short films under my belt, and I think you're awesome. You're like my inspiration. You're my hero also.
Thank you.
And I'm going to be starting on trying to make a web series, my first one this summer. And do you have any advice for a first-time web series?
Advice for a first-time web series? Have you made a film before?
Change your personality.
Yeah, 2 short ones.
Oh, okay. My advice would be to watch other web series that you like and try to make sure that your web series does the things that you like in that web series. I would also look at web series you are terrible and see what they did that you don't like and make sure that you don't do that. Like basically like sound should be good. Do, you know, if the background looks crappy, just put a poster in it. Like I said, I put some wallpaper. I was like, oh, look at this wallpaper. Okay, up there. And it makes it look more professional. So I would just... Semi-professional. So I would just look at the things that, why are you making the show also is really important. What are you saying about it? And is the script as good as you can get it? Can you show it to other people and get their suggestions if they don't understand what's going on? Fix the script before you start shooting because it's going to be hard to fix it later. And then just have fun with it. I mean, have as much fun as you can and savor the moments because I don't do that. I'm always like, why are we moving? Don't give me coffee on set anymore. I'm telling people not to do that because I want to enjoy my work more. You didn't need to know that. My journal should know that only, not you. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so that would be my advice.
Great, thanks.
All right, good luck with your web series.
Yeah, do you want to be in it?
Slick, you're slick.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, that's a cute outfit. You're welcome.
Hi. I had a question for you. When you were growing up, was there ever a moment where you can sort of recall it's like a movie or a book or something and it was like, bam, like, okay, I love this. I really want to kind of make this a part of my life. Like it kind of got you started into being interested in gaming and fandom and stuff like for me, it was like the never-ending story. Like I could actually remember that time.
Really, I was terrified of that movie, and my mom bought me the book, and I thought it was a trap because she wanted to get rid of me. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I was so terrified that I would never get out of that book and never opened it. So I never read the book. I won't do it even now. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure all of us have a story about something that really means something to us in fandom in a way, but it's not really that. It's not fandom. It's just what inspires us. I remember seeing Sleepless in Seattle like a million times, guys, and I saw Nora Ephron at the end of that, and subconsciously I knew that she was a woman and she made that movie. And I know that actually formed a lot of my life in a subconscious way. So then when she died, I literally was crying for a whole day. And I was like, what is that? So you don't really appreciate the people who unconsciously kind of influence you as a kid as much. I loved the movie Bringing Up Baby. That's my favorite movie ever. And Katharine Hepburn being this crazy woman, and the dog, and like it was just such a weird, fun, madcap screwball comedy. I love that so much, and it meant that you didn't have to be in a box to be lovable in a way. I don't know. I played Ultima games, and I don't know if anybody played the Ultima games, video games. Yeah. I mean, it was my favorite. It was the first time, with the whole personality tests, with the cards and everything, and the virtues. It's a very old school game, but there was something in the way that you made your character that felt like you were really projecting yourself as yourself into this video game. And to me, that was an amazing journey because I knew that, games can be a place where I can live something other than myself as myself. And so I think that's where my love of gaming started. So there are certain things in everybody's life, and if you don't know what it is, write it down. It's your assignment. What am I doing? Anyway. Okay, bye. It was a good question. I just went on too long, as usual.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very good, how are you? Good.
Thank you for coming to Ottawa.
Thank you, Ottawa. Beaver tails, not beaver.
Really good, by the way. My question to you is, if you had any resources, any time, any actor in the world, what would the project that you would love to do?
My dream project. Wow, that's a good question. I'd like to be in Star Wars. It'll never happen, but come on. I'd like to be in the new Star Wars. Well, they're really good. I'm making. You want me to make a project? No, that's better. It's interesting. I'm actually working on a couple projects right now that I basically said, hey, if you could have a dream project, what would it be? And my favorite things are not necessarily epic movies, but they are half-hour comedies. I love comedy. And I love, I could watch an episode of Seinfeld anywhere I'm in the world and I'm in a better mood. I don't know why, those guys are kind of jerks, but it's like the funniest show ever. And the Friends, I don't know, I love Friends. I created the guild because of Friends, because I saw that there was a group of people who could love each other even though they're like messed up. And that's, I guess the basic of everything, because, I'm a little messed up. So I guess, somehow mixing my love of fantasy and comedy in a way would be my dream project. And, maybe one day I'll work on that soon. We'll see.
With Mr. Lewis.
The what?
With Mr. Lewis.
With Jeff Lewis, yeah. Don't tell him that, though, because he has 2 kids and he's always bothering me. Free things. He's like, do you have any free things for me? I'm like, you are bored. You turned into bored, sir.
You should give him your magic cards because it's going to ruin your life and your money.
The what?
It's going to burn your money and ruin your life.
He's terrible. Yeah.
But it sucks your money. Thank you for being here.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Hi there.
What's up?
At the same time, that was kind of awkward.
Everything's awkward today.
That's
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thanks.
my name's Cody. How are you?
Good. I'm good. What's
just
up?
a nice conversation, a little back and forth.
No, it's fine. We can have a conversation in front of everybody. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I have a question for you. That just because you brought up Beaver Tails, I thought of, and I don't think anyone will ask you. Have you tried poutine yet?
Have I tried what?
Poutine.
Poutine. Oh, yeah.
Yes!
F Yeah. Listen, in Vancouver, is it poutine or poutine? Poutine? That's how the French say it, right? Yeah. I actually said Pantene last night. Not the case. It is not Pantene. I've tried it and I love it. I mean, you guys know how to make the gravy. It's weird. It's really weird that came out of my mouth. I love it. But I hear that the only legitimate poutine is in Montreal, right? That's what everybody says. All right, calm down. Is there like a team? Montreal and Ottawa, it seems like they have a friendly rivalry. Is that true? Do you guys have, no, they're friends? No, they're not friendly? Not friendly at all? Enemies. You hate each other. There's a wall between you. You have to have a passport to get back and forth, right? No.
We beat them in hockey.
Oh, you all hate Toronto. Wow, I started a riot. Everybody just started running toward Toronto with accents. Anyway, well, thank you for asking.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Okay, thanks, dude. Let's talk more later in front of thousands of people. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
First off, I want to say that I hope you and Sean Plott organize this crazy all-star celebrity magic booster draft, because that would be super awesome, and I want you guys to come to it, because he would just talk about the cards, like the art, and then Sean would be like, well, I kind of like this card, but this one's kind of cooler, and like he'd be totally wrong.
You're just running a show for you. I love your pitch. I love it.
I'm currently writing like a mini-series, and I'm also writing a novel, and I want to know, how do you stop yourself from procrastinating? Because sometimes I get kind of like writer's block, and then I just start learning guitar or something.
Join the club. There's nobody who doesn't have writer's block. If you don't have writer's block, you're probably delusional, I would say. That's what a lot of writers tell me as well. I mean, it's not easy. If it was super easy, everybody would have a novel and they'd have it in their back pocket. I mean, there's nothing easy about storytelling in a way it shouldn't be easy. I'm going to punch you in the face if you're like, just write up a script and here it is, punch. I'll punch you. To me, dealing with writer's block has been really hard for me over the years. Season 4, I went into like a deep depression because I was so writer's blocked. And I think it's a perfectionist thing. You don't want to be bad the first time. And the thing that I've taught myself, because a lot of professional writers have tried to help me, is that basically you have to be willing to write the worst thing ever. So what I do is, I'm really writer's block now, is I say, I'm going to spend the next hour and I'm going to write a completely unusable dialogue. And I write literally the worst. I mean, there'll be nuclear explosions and people turn into zombies, and then finally I'll abandon all that and I'll get through and I'll get like 4 lines that I want to keep. But then I'll get excited about it because I'm writing for the joy of it versus like trying to meet somebody's expectation on the other end. So I think that's the thing that gets in the way with writer's block. It's that you start thinking of all the things that aren't important about the creating. It's that you're thinking about the end result, or you're thinking about what people will think of it, or you're judging yourself. When you shouldn't judge, you should just create. There's this great 30-minute speech that John Cleese does on creativity online, and I would recommend you guys watch it because it's one of the most amazing things I've ever read about. You have to be open and willing to play in order to create things. So I would just keep going, and then self-help books are always good to fill the time too, because I do those. I was like, anyway. Good luck.
I think it's kind of funny you said that, because I wrote this really amazing script. Well, I think it's really amazing for my thesis project, which is like really in-depth character development and all this cool stuff going on. And my group was like, no, we want more action. So I rewrote the script so it's more action and complete different characters, and I hate it. And my group's like, that's so awesome. So
yeah, there you go. I mean, it's all about rewriting and rewriting and being brave to know that you're going to do 12 drafts of this. You might as well do one really bad one now.
Thanks.
Yeah. Bye. All right, 2 more questions because there's a timer here, man. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't make the rules. Go punch somebody back there.
Now I feel pressure. Okay. My name's Jason. I may or may not be from Montreal. You're something of a social media expert. I recently lost my job over a Facebook post. So my question is, are you perchance hiring at Geek and Sundry?
I wish we were hiring because I could use more people there. I appreciate it. We just actually hired a couple of new people. We had some people transition out and then in, but we are now a steady group, and I'm pretty excited because we have some amazing plans on the horizon. I appreciate your offer, but there's always a way to get involved in Geek and Sundry, whether it's organizing a local meetup or just suggesting things or being a part of the community. Like, it's as important as what we do is you guys and you're participating. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're right. Okay, last question. Is it good? Is it a good one? Don't be intimidated.
No. Hi. I was introduced to your work by an ex-girlfriend. We started with Dr. Horrible, and then we watched part of the Guild.
What happened? Did you break up before you could finish the Guild?
No, we broke up, and then I just watched the rest of it on my own. It's better that way. No, it's not.
All right.
I'm in a much better relationship now.
Oh, it's a better relationship?
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
The Guild broke you up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad that I got you in a better relationship.
My current girlfriend is not a geek in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I guess that could be good too.
It is.
You might want to run after this.
No. My question is now, do you still go out and try out for standard movie roles like so many other actresses, TV roles, or do you find that you're just too busy with all your own projects?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have not auditioned for anything in 3.5 years. I actually have not auditioned. The Eureka role was written for me by the amazing Amy Bird. Yes, and Jamie Polly, the showrunner. So I was only supposed to do 2 episodes of that, and they wrote me in for 15, so that was pretty awesome. And the same thing with Supernatural. They called me for 1 episode. They said, "Hey, we have this great part for you. Come take it." And I could not resist. I actually am offered more roles than I ever do. I try not to take those sort of geek girl roles anymore because I feel like I've been written the best ones. So I don't want to just be a cliche. That's what's great about Charlie. I feel like she's a real 3-dimensional character. You understand why she's a geek. She's a person other than being the geek label, and she really connects in a way that is believable. So I actually am looking toward the next year to do a little bit more acting. I hate auditioning. The reason why I created the Guild was I froze up so badly in auditions that I would always be like second and third choice, and I would be so upset about it because of my stage fright. I think going back to it, I might, oh God, it's red, they counted down. Anyway, I'm excited actually to go back to it now. But at the same time, I kind of like creating my own stuff. So I'd rather kind of create my next project than go out and just be in a bunch of different other people's shows. I think I want to try that first. And running Geek and Sundry is such a big job. So you guys, thank you so much. I have to go now.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Felicia. For you guys, we want to thank you very much. For you guys, it's been mentioned once. We want to put it up on the screens for you guys to see. If you haven't seen the State of the Sundry video from Geek and Sundry, here it is for you guys. It's amazing. I think really important.
Hey everybody, Felicia today, and I'm here to announce something so super exciting. Geek and Sundry is coming back for a 2nd season. I have been thinking a lot about this channel and what this network means to me. I started asking myself some questions, like, why? Why Geek and Sundry? That was pretty easy to answer because I was like, well, I want to make stuff for geeks. And then I asked myself, what is a geek? And that's where I started having a little life crisis. I did not buy a convertible, but that is a good idea. And do you know what I realized? That in the 6 years I've been doing this, that word has become something else. We've been using it so much that it's kind of lost meaning. Geek has become a cliche. It's become a label. It's become something to monetize, to market to pigeonhole, to brand, to exploit. It's become something that describes a person who is defined solely by liking comics or games or movies or TV, and it's like we become these consumer badgers that'll eat anything that you put a zombie or a superhero on and just like stop, just stop. That is not what geek means to me. We are more than the hobbies that we do or the things that we like. We are not mashup t-shirts. Don't get me wrong, I love a good mashup t-shirt, but that is just like the superficial stuff. To me, geek means an outsider, a rebel, a dreamer, a creator, whether it's our own world or someone else's. It's a fighter. It's a person who dares to love something that isn't conventional. The mantra of geek to me is, your judgment is not my problem. You think comics are dumb? Fine. You think I may not be a real gamer? Whatever, that's your problem. I think we need to re-own geek, and that's what I want to do with Geek and Sundry in season 2. I made the Guild because I didn't see a show portraying gamers the way that I saw gamers. And I want to use Geek and Sundry to take that idea to the next level. That's why I'm here, and that's why we're doing another season. Tabletop is coming back, but you're going to be seeing a whole new set of shows and voices throughout the coming year. And we have some huge projects planned to involve you guys more in the voice of the channel and the community. And no, we're not going to try to win Oscars with every video we make. I like fart jokes way too much for that to happen. But we do want to make sure that every video is something that you are interested in so that you would want to share it with your friends. Check back next week for a whole new set of shows. We're going to be showing previews of those this week. And please subscribe and share and like. I'm going to ask you all that because I just made a speech and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.